Good evening, all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to my live stream. What date do we have? 22 of March 2020. I'm going live in 4 minutes. Let me share my live stream in my groups as I usually do. Then I'll be right back at you. They made it harder to share it now. Normally you could share it in all the groups at one time. Now I have to share it every time in a new. So it's gonna take a little longer. Hang on with me. My dog wants to get in. She's jumping up at the window. Let's see, I think that was that. Yeah. Okay, let me get my dog in. 2 seconds. Hello people. Going live in 2 minutes. And like I normally do, I always tell you that I love God. I love the divine. I love the energy. I call it God because that's my way of describing what I believe in. I'm not religious. I have no respect for religion. You're very welcome to say hello, so I know you're here. I would love to see who's listening and watching. So, and I bless you all for being here on this live stream. And as I am telling in the headline, it's gonna be about the coronavirus and what I think about it and which download I've gotten from God about this we're going through right now. But I'm starting in 1 minute. I hope you all are well, in good mood, good spirit, enjoys your life, enjoy your free time given by the government from the virus. And sorry for cleaning my teeth, I just ate. So, but the time is 8 o'clock and I'm gonna start by dinging my little singing ball. As I always do. I'm gonna start with a little prayer where I invite my spiritual group, my soulmates, my soul group, God, the angels, whoever is in the spiritual realm into my live stream. Dear God, dear everybody in the spiritual realm, all the loved ones that have died, everybody, please guide me through this live stream. Be here with me. Fill me up with the things I need and take away the things I don't need. And the same goes for the people who are listening. Fill them up with love. Give them what they need and take away from them what they don't need. I love you. I'm your humble servant. Thank you for using me. Bless you all. My name is Riget. I am from Denmark. Left of Sweden, right of England, just above Germany, in Europe. Last Sunday I made a live stream in Danish that was about the coronavirus and what my thoughts were and which messages I have gotten from God about this situation. And I'm inspired by that Danish live stream, so I thought I was gonna do an English one. I hope you all can hear me. If somebody would be so kind to tell me if there's any sound on and the sound is okay, I would be very grateful. The coronavirus. You have two ways of looking at it, of where it comes from. If it's God created or if it's man created. If it's man created, it is created with one thing in mind only. They want to control us through fear. People are easiest to control when they are fearful, when they're scared. They make bad decisions when they're scared. If it is God created, I see it like this, that in the last 50, 100 years we have lived a life where we ask other people to take care of us, to be responsible for us, to save us, to heal us, give me medicine, tell me I'm okay because I'm feeling bad about myself. And these people have been living a life of suffering because it's like peeing in your pants. It will warm for a very short time and then it will get cold. It doesn't work to be not a responsible person about your actions, about your words, how you behave, how you treat others, you know what's right and wrong, and all this, ethic and morals, conscious, forgiveness, all those humble, truthful, sacred truths that we as a human needs to be living by. And because people have been doing this, throwing away their responsibility to other people for so many years, there are so many sick people, so many people on medicine, so many people being a drug abuser, being an alcoholic, going to different healers, asking them for healing. They're like throwing away the responsibility of their own decisions, what they have decided to do in life, how they think, how they pray, if they don't pray. And when I look through, if it is God who made the coronavirus, he is like cleaning up the earth. He's like, the downloads I got from God was, there are too much suffering in the world right now. There are too many people who have, in the last 50 and 100 years, have been irresponsible about their lives. So I'm gonna do a clean out. I'm gonna make a house clean. And this virus are gonna kill the weakest of the weakest. Sadly, it also means the olders, people with a disease. But like I say in the headline, it's a blessing in disguise. This is a wake-up call for everybody. This is a reminder of what is in the one is in the whole, that we are all connected. We are all obliged to not be selfish, but be unselfish and be there for other people and be a helping, loving and caring person. The most of the governments around the world in their different countries, they have taken the precaution of closing down the airport, closing down shops, closing down supermarkets, closing down a lot of things. And this is where I think the blessing in disguise comes in. You're giving here a chance. by the coronavirus, because the government reacts like they do. They want to minimize the spread. They tell you go home, self-quarantine yourself if you're feeling bad. Don't be around people, and there are some things, some rules that if we follow them, we're gonna minimize the spread. And this is where this a blessing in disguise comes in. That at first look, you'll see it as a horrible, terrible, frightened thing. But when you really think about it, you're giving here an opportunity to actually work with yourself, with your spirit, with your emotions, with your inner demons, with your character defects, with not being the best version of yourself. You're being given here an option to actually start building up if you have a low immune system, if you're in the danger group of if you get the virus, you're in danger of dying of it. The latest news I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but 900 people died in Italy. And like I said in my Danish video, I am pretty sure that many millions are gonna die from this virus. Many millions are gonna be infected. And what I hope you understand by listening to this video is, please don't be controlled by fear. There's nothing to fear. Death comes to us all sooner or later. Like I say to many of my clients, even to my mom and to my girlfriend, if you don't love life and you don't appreciate your living, you're gonna be dragged to heaven before time. And I lost my mom when she was 39. I lost my girlfriend when she was 37. I lost a lot of my family members that I really loved too soon. But if you're not living a life where you are searching for the best version of yourself, what can I change to be? What is it I'm doing that makes me feel bad? Am I willing to change that? What is it I'm doing that makes me feel sick? Am I willing to stop doing that to start feeling better? It's all about self-recognition, I think it's called. It's all about looking at yourself with honest eyes. And this is where this video I made a long time ago about how to build your self-esteem is really useful. You take this piece of paper and you write in the top of the paper, I don't love myself when. And then you write down all the things you don't love about yourself. I think it was 47 or 49 different things I didn't like about myself. Biting my nails, smoking weed, lying, stealing, being with so many women I can't even count. There was a lot of things I didn't like about myself, and you have to understand this work, building your self-esteem, it's not a work you're going to share with somebody. You can, if you will, but this is a work that goes on inside you. This is a work that, through your own willingness to look truthful and honestly upon yourself, I really want to change. Like I was thinking when I was sitting 18 years ago with suicidal thoughts, and I was thinking these thoughts, okay, there must be something else to life than just making money, buying things, prestige, power, all these things that the world are corrupted and run by today. There must be more. There must be more beautiful to life. And I actually realized that through my initiations, to my awakening, through my self-recognition of, okay, this is what I need to change to actually start feeling better about myself. And this is a work you do for yourself. And you have to remember that if you heal yourself and you're the best version of yourself, you're gonna heal the world through you, through the people who surround you, your family, your friends. Yes, you will lose a lot of people in your life, you will actually acknowledge that if you surround yourself with negative, destructive people, you're going to be affected by it. And that is where it comes in, that you have the guts to say to these people, I really love you, but the way you behave, I don't want it in my life. It is affecting me. And in this way of all these people around the world awakening up and starting to take spirituality seriously, not religion, because God is not religious. Religion is not made by God, it's made by man. And God doesn't care how you practice your beliefs, how you have your spiritual practice. He doesn't care how you do it. What he cares about is how you behave, how good a person you are, how much other people are influenced by the person you are, and how well you feel about being who you are. It's all about your actions. It's all about how you treat other people. So, like my mentor says, it is not a costume party when you come to heaven. In our understanding of dying, when you come to heaven, it is not a costume party. God doesn't care about what clothes you are wearing and what religion you belong to. He doesn't care about that. And the new religion that's going to be worldwide is just going to be spirituality. It's going to be universal spirituality, because God is universal. God is not bound to earth. God is so much more. And if you think that you're going to go through life without God, without spirituality in your life, you're going to find suffering. You're going to go down so many paths that are horrible, that are terrifying, that are disturbing, that are troubling. So this feeling you might have about you don't believe in God, stop putting etiquettes on what love is, because love has no etiquette. Love is everything. Love is energy. Love is all around us. Love is in us. And you can be guided by it. And my point is that when you recognize these sacred truths and you start living by them, you'll find happiness. You'll figure out that, okay, I have to be grateful for whatever falls into my lap. That is where happiness lives. I don't control anything. I don't control how people react, how they respond, how they behave. You don't control anything except how you react to the different situations of people, persons. That's the only thing you can control. And that is why I always choose forgiveness, love and care. Always. Always. No matter what happens in my life, no matter how harsh, how cruel, how ignorant people are in their words, in their behavior, in their actions, I always choose forgiveness. And I always tell people, I forgive you. You don't know any better. And when you're tired of self-inflicted pain, you're very welcome to contact me. I can and will help you for free. I'm not taking any money for my spiritual guide. It's not something I want to make money on. To let God work through me, it will be unethically and immoral to ask for money for that. So I have so many other ways to make money. I have 5 educations, so whatever I do within those educations, I have no problem asking for money. But in this area where I feel like I'm a tool, like I am, many years ago I said, your will happen, not mine. I am a servant, God, please use me. I don't control anything. I let go of wanting to know why things happen as they do. And this is where everything just came into a bigger understanding of, okay, if I'm not in control of anything, how can I be sad about something? How can I try to control something? How can I There's a guy that has started contacting me on Facebook, and he's from South Africa. And the last time we talked together, he was talking about, and I was waiting for this, he was talking about, oh, I need money for, and he was actually using a good example for his education. He needed money for a school bag, he needed money for some different things. And I said to him, I'm sorry, I cannot help you with money. If you're contacting me because you want me to send you money, it's not happening. It's not happening. I'll help you find God. I'll help you find a belief. I'll help you understand that everything happens for a reason. I will help you understand that God will provide you with what you need. And this has nothing to do with religion. You can be prejudgmental all you want. Then you have the problems you create. I have no respect for religion. I have read the Bible, I have read the Quran, I have read the Buddhist scripts, I have read about Buddhism, Hinduism, and all the different religions. Once in my life I was like, why are the world fighting when it comes to the belief in the divine energy, in God? Why are they fighting? And after 2.5 years reading this sacred book, I came to this understanding that everybody says, my God is better than yours. And you know what? That doesn't work. It's like my dad can beat your dad. Like the Muslim says, an infidel, they must die. We're gonna cut off the clitoris of women so they can enjoy sex. There are so many things in the different religions I have no respect for, and I feel is horrible. That is why I say religion, it is dying slowly. Religion is dying slowly. People are waking up and finding out they don't want to be controlled, because if there's one thing God doesn't do, it's control. And if it's one thing God doesn't do, he's not condemning, he's not judging. He's always loving and caring in a humble way, always. Whenever I have an out-of-body experience and my angels talk to me, I always get this feeling of my hairs are standing on my arm, and I get this ice cube running up and down my neck, and I feel like chills. I feel this, I call it God's grace running through me. I have felt for many years how darkness felt on me, and that is not something I want to feel ever again. That is why I can say with you with 100% truth that prayers and having a belief is the only thing that can keep darkness out of your life. To have a belief that there is something divine in the universe that you can actually call on, ask help for, be guided by, and that you start praying. For example, I'm in this prayer group that prays every day at 3 o'clock Eastern Central Time, Standard Time. And my mentor says that there were over 10,000 people praying last Friday at 3 o'clock. And we have seen how much influence it can have when many people pray at the same time for other people, for each other. We have seen how much influence, how much punch it has to the world. So I'm actually asking you to think about this. Every day at 3 o'clock Eastern Central Time, EST, pray. Pray for the world, pray for everybody, pray for yourself, pray for your family, and think about yourself as a contributor to a better world, a world in peace, a world in love and harmony and understanding and mutual respect, love and care. Think about it as a piece of the puzzle that is missing, that it actually matters, that you can be unselfish, praying for everybody but yourself. There was, in one of the books I read, one of the spiritual books I read, there was a guy that said that the day you're not asking for help is the day you are the best version of yourself and you actually don't need God's guidance anymore. I don't think that ever. Maybe to Buddha it happened, maybe to Jesus it happened, but actually when we read about Jesus, he actually asked for help, and even on the cross he was asking for help. But I don't believe the coronavirus is man-made. I've been thinking about this a long time. All these epidemics we have had in our world so many times, they are like removing so many people from the earth. And it is the people that are in they have a low what is it called, immune system. They have not taken care of themselves for so long. I believe with all my heart that all sickness is something you create yourself. I don't believe that the divine would create any disease, because in these conversations I have had with people, where people they ask me, people that believe in reincarnation, and they actually ask me, where were you last time before you came to Earth? And I can say with 100% certainty, I was not on Earth. I was in a place where everything was okay, where nobody was stealing, nobody was lying, everybody was loving, there were no disease, everything was just divine. Because in my whole life, also in the 20 years I was smoking weed and was a drug addict, I've always been able to talk the truth, to understand there's a consequence to everything. I've always been a guy that could read people like an open book, and that is what I'm doing when I have my clients, when people contact me from all over the world, and they talk about the problems and I guide them. I read them like an open book. I see straight through them and I tell them what they need to hear. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. And this is what I call love and care. If the people around you don't say anything to you about what's troubling you, it's because they have given up. In my opinion, when you have the balls to tell people the truth will set you free. Jesus said it, and it's very, very true. The truth will set you free. And I'm talking the universal truth. I'm not talking my truth or your truth, because your truth and my truth will change day after day. It'll change all the time. But the universal truth is the truth that fits every living thing. Every living thing. And everything is living. So that means everything. Even a stone is living. Even a chair that has been a chair for 500 years is still living, is still breathing. In my work as a spiritual guide / leader, I make the unconscious conscious. I drag out the demons in your life and tell, okay, these are the demons you have to slay. These are the character defects you have to deal with. This is what you need to change to actually find the best version of yourself. I've gone through the same dark night of the soul. I have fought and fell in over and over again, but because I was so determined on, okay, I want to change. I want to figure out what is it I'm doing wrong. And if you want to fight an enemy, you have to recognize the enemy to actually be able to fight it. So it is very important for you. You know, the saying says, there's only one way out of it, and that's through it. And that actually means that if you want to stop doing whatever you're doing that makes you feel bad, you have to recognize, what is it I'm doing? Why am I doing it? And then find a way to actually figure out, how can I stop it? Is it only a decision? In my world, it's all about making the right decisions. It's all about understanding there are consequences to all actions. Even that you can't see the consequence, there are still consequences to all actions. So, but yeah, that is what I think about this coronavirus, and I'm not gonna talk any more about it, because like I said in my Danish video, I'm not gonna talk about the coronavirus for 1 hour. Normally my live streams are 1 hour long, so there's half an hour back, and you're very welcome to ask anything within spirituality. And I have to say within spirituality, because if I said ask anything, I will get the most crazy questions about woundology, about people's wounds, about why they are suffering, and I'm not a guru. I cannot talk with the dead. I don't have answers for your problems. No, I'm like, when I sit listening to you and I see a question, I pray straight away for guidance, and I get download right away, and those download is what I speak about. Many times when I had clients, the clients had told me that it is like I'm speaking with two different souls at the same time. And I say to them, you're very right. Sometimes I hear myself talk about things I don't even know anything about, and I'm like sitting listening while I'm being guided by the divine, and I'm like, wow, that is interesting. And I'm actually learning myself. So you have to understand, God is experiencing the divine through you, through me, through the world. He's experiencing himself, itself, herself, whatever you call it. So yeah, feel free to ask anything about the spirituality. I've started working with out-of-body experiences. I've been praying a lot for that. I want to be used for something more than just this being a spiritual guide. I was reading this book that's called Eyes of an Angel with a guy called Paul Elder, and this guy ended up by being a soul that went, a spirit that went out of his body when he was sleeping, and in his journeys, out of body experiences, he was actually helping other souls that were lost, captured in their bodies. And there was one story where he was talking about, he came down to this woman who was laying on the ground, and he could feel that she was so sorry about something, and he went down and he said, come on, you can actually stand up. And this woman said, no, I have to make breakfast for my husband. And he asked her which year it was, and she said it was 18 something. So this woman has been laying on the ground for 400 to 600 years. And these are the souls that I'm talking about, that are being, because of their horrible way of dying, they are not moving on to the next realm. I would love to be at service for everybody, even visiting you in your dreams. I wrote a slogan once where I said that sometimes your prayers are being answered through the right person that comes into your life. And you have to understand, we are so many people here on earth who are angel in human form, who are, and this is the way of saying it, we are not angels, but we have chosen to be open, helping, guiding for the people who want our help. And if you look at my From Thought to Action, my business profile here on Facebook, or my homepage, you'll see a lot of, I don't know if this is the right word, recommendations, but where people, they talk about their experience after contacting me, what they felt. And I always tell people that if you write a recommendation, please remember it is not for me. I don't care about these recommendations. These recommendations are for other people to read. So through that honest feedback, maybe they open up and they call me, maybe they give me a chance. You'll never know if I can help you if you never let me try. So that's what my life about, and trust me, it's not only spirituality. I write music, I have a dog, I read books, I make furniture, I work in wood. I have so many, what is it called? Passions. There's so many things I do. But the things that makes you feel good, do it often. Do it very often. The things that makes you feel bad, stop doing it. It's very, very simple. Life is very simple, but humans has a tendency of making it so difficult because they are living their illusions, because they believe the lies they're being told, because whatever your parents and grandparents have taught you, they can only teach you what they believe and what they learned themselves. And if you're continuing your life on their beliefs, you're actually missing out of actually self-realization through your experiences. Okay, this is how it is. This is how I find the best version of myself. Yeah. I'm impressed every time that I can sit here and talk into a camera and praying and hoping that I will reach your heart. I'm a humble guy, living a humble life, who takes care of myself 100%. Nobody is controlling me, not government, not police, not friends, not family, work, nothing is controlling me. And you can be jealous and you can be prejudgmental and you can write fuck you, you're an idiot and all these things, but it only shows that you're actually jealous. You don't have the power to actually change things in your life. You don't want to. I want to tell you something. In all the time I've had Facebook, I don't know how many years it is now, but I think it's close to 15. Every time somebody attacks me for who I am, for what I believe in, for what I share, I always block them. And I remember every second year I unblock everybody to see where they are in their lives. And if they continue to attack me, I block them again, and they get 2 years thinking time again. The first time I unblocked people, there were 80,000 in 2 years I have blocked. And this has been going on for many, many years. The last time I unblocked, there were 4,500. So you see, within 12 years, 80,000 has scaled down to under 2,000 people. And this is my way of understanding, okay, things are changing, people are changing, people are understanding. And if you attack me, call me all kinds of things, I just forgive you, because I know why you behave like you do. But I don't want you in my life. I don't want you. I don't want to invite your energy in. That's why I'm blocking you. And you can make a new profile and you can continue, and I'll block you again. I have no problem pushing the block button, because I know 2 years later I'm gonna unblock you. But I have so many proofs of how I work. There's a video I made that's called "This is how I work as a spiritual guide and why my work helps." Go watch that. It will explain how I work. I don't want to get into it now because that's a big subject. But I get my proofs of that my work actually helps people. So I'm gonna continue this the rest of my life. and I'm pretty sure I'm going to choose to do it one more time. I'm a big believer of that I have chosen myself which life I have, which parents I had, what I had to go through. I'm a big believer of soul contracts. And I'm a big believer of soul groups and soul mates. But a soulmate is not somebody you marry. A soulmate is somebody you have known for many lives in other reincarnations. I remember once I met this woman at a seminar in my education, and when I shook her hand, I felt like electricity going through my hand, and I remember I wouldn't want to let go of this hand because it felt so wonderful. I was being filled up with so much grace and love in those, I don't know how many seconds I was holding that hand. But we were talking about it afterwards, that the energy that she has and was carrying around was similar to my energy. And we have been connected so many times before in earlier lives. And to you that don't believe in reincarnation, how can you believe that you only live one time? How can you learn everything in one lifetime that's worth learning as a human being? It's not possible. You have been here on Earth many times, and you're going to be here many, many more times. I see Earth as a playground for people practicing to be angels or soul supporters or whatever you'll call it. This is a playground, a practicing playground for us to actually learn through our decisions, what we decide. So, yeah. I don't have that much else to say, and I find it really interesting and intriguing and loving to see that at the start of the live there is between 10 and 20 people looking. At the end of the live stream there may be 2 or 3. That means there are 1, 2 or 3 people that have actually been through with me the whole live stream. And those one, I'm pretty sure they have a feeling of, here's a humble, loving and caring guy that just wants to guide you in the right direction, that wants to tell you that there are many roads that lead to God, but some of the roads are more difficult than others. And how I wish you would listen to somebody that had walked down some horrific roads, have had the most heartfelt, troubled memories, past experiences, and so on and so on. But it is through your experiences you change. It is when there's something you don't understand, the best way to understand it is to experience it, and with your own way through it, you're going to experience the answer to your question. That's why one of my slogans is, some of the greatest questions to the heart is not answered. It's answered through a path through life. And it's not even me who wrote that. It comes from a movie called The Power of the Heart. And I have this group called Spiritual Guidance. You're very welcome to join. When you look at my profile on Facebook, there's a lot of links underneath. One of the links goes straight from my group. I have no desire of controlling any people. I have one desire, and that is that the world will wake up and recognize that we're all one, we're all connected. What you do to yourself, you actually do to everybody else too. So it's all about treating yourself right. But since there are no questions and nobody says hello and one liked my live stream, I think I'm gonna say goodbye and wish you all a really, really great week. Remember to wash your hands, protect yourself, keep a distance, cough in your in your sleeve, and so on and so on. In these corona times, we have to take care of ourselves. And you have to remember this is the most important thing. You can be a carrier of the virus and not be infected. That doesn't mean that you should stop having distance to people. That doesn't mean you should stop washing your hands. It doesn't mean that you should stop coughing in your sleeve. All these things are meant for us to take care of everybody. I remember when AIDS came out, there were actually people who were being diagnosed with AIDS that actually went out and gave people AIDS because they didn't like those people. And I'll bet we have the same problem with this coronavirus, that if somebody finds out they have this, they're gonna give it deliberately to other people. It's a horrible world. There are evil people. Trust me, there are evil people. People are evil either consciously or unconsciously. The people who are evil consciously are the people I think that the coronavirus needs to take care of. The people that are unconsciously evil are the people we need to help understand that that's not the way of life. That's not how you want to live. And the point of this initiation to the spiritual life is that the more people that realize that there is another life than what was, the more lonely darkness are gonna feel, and the more alone darkness is, the more they're gonna search for the light. So it has a double effect that more and more people are waking up and going through their own initiation to the spiritual life. It actually ignites the people in the dark. And if I should paint a picture, us people that are so blessed where they are because of their own actions, how they have dealt with things and changed things, we run around with this lamp of divine light, and we are walking through the crowd, and those people who are searching for the light, they will actually go for that light and ask this person, how did you do that? How did you become that? Where did you come from? How did you get through your struggles? And blah 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 blah. It is our biggest job to be a light beam of love and grace and humbleness and forgiveness to those that seeks it. And that is why I'm not searching for people to help. I'm waiting for people to actually want to get help by themselves. I cannot help a person that doesn't want to get help. That's very, very simple. I have to wait for people that they give up their control, their wanting of controlling things, their ego, their illusions, and they start inviting the truth into their lives. So I'm going to end this live stream with a prayer of gratitude. You're welcome to fold your hands and close your eyes. This prayer is for you too. And I live a life where I'm very grateful for whatever happens in my life. Whatever. I'm grateful for whatever happens in my life. Rainy days, a jerk that comes my way, somebody gives me the fuck finger in a car. I'm grateful for whatever. Whenever people are hard to me, rough to me, destructive towards me, I always pray for them. I pray for them and I send them love, because that is what they need. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for being with me tonight. I go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Eastern Time. Sometimes in Danish, sometimes in English. You can follow me and you'll get a notification when I go live, when I make my posts. And feel free to join my group, Spiritual Guidance. You'll find the link underneath in my personal profile. And if you want to find anything about me, my music, my slogans, my work, my woodwork, whatever, if you want to find anything about me, Google my name, Sean Riget. I'm the only person in the whole world with that name. So when you Google Sean Riget, you'll only find me. So thank you for listening, and I wish you a great week. Bless you all. Dear God, dear my soul group, dear everybody in the spiritual realm that has been us with right now, thank you for guiding me. Thank you for being here with us. Again, fill me up with the things I miss and take the things away I don't need. I humbly thank you for using me as a tool, that you work through me for a better world in love and care. Thank you for being there. I love you. Good night, people. Sleep well. Bless you all. Love, peace, share and care. I'm out. Peace.